right. Bear with me just a moment here. Um, I'm gonna start the show in probably about 4 minutes or so. I just have to real quick, get something off the stove real quick. So you're gonna have to bear with me a minute here while I handle that. Um, I'll be back in like 4 minutes. I'm just starting a little early just to see if any brother wants to join on. Um, so anyway, I'll be back in like 4 minutes or so. So excuse me for just a few minutes. Hey. All right. Excuse me for that. I had to quickly handle something real quick. Um, anyway, you can tell by the name of the show. It says, "Blessed are your eyes, for they can see." And what does that mean? Scriptures speak about, many, kings and great men, in history. They desire to see the things that we're seeing, take place in the world, right? Which I'm gonna, nearly paraphrase the precepts because I don't have them, here with me at the moment. I'm actually not at my house. Um, staying somewhere overnight. So, you know, just to give us a couple topics to speak about. I see mine of God's here in the comment section. Hey, man, if you want to come on for a couple minutes, there's a link there. Um, but this is just going to be speaking about what we see going on in the world right now, man. Particularly speaking about these UFOs. Okay, because that's a big thing. And in fact, you can see, I believe I put on the thumbnail of this video, I put a picture which was taken from a video I did last year. I was speaking about the last times and everything that was going on. And if you look behind me, some brother called me out in the comment section and said, "Hey, look, man, behind you, there's a UFO back there." So I was like, "Oh, let me go look." And lo and behold, there was a UFO flying behind me. So I was like, "Hey, I'll praise the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'll praise the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai." Right. Now, the reason why that's important is because you see, in these times, these sightings are happening every day. Mighty God, I see you in the back chat. I'll bring you on in just a moment here. And I do want to say before you even come on that, I actually did just do a video um yesterday. I didn't upload it yet, but I did a video responding to your comment about the elect, dying, not dying, in the tribulation. Which, as I said, I'll bring you on. I don't want to necessarily speak about that topic right now because I don't have the scriptures with me, to prove my arguments. But we can just speak about, everything that's going on right now. I'm only gonna go for maybe 40 minutes because I have something I have to do in an hour. But here, I'm gonna bring you on with me here. Hey, mind of God, you able to hear me, man?
Yo, EKT, what's up, man? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now, man. What's going on with you?
Dude, man, where have you been? I've been stuck listening to Good Servant every morning, man. I can't, that's painful, dude. So welcome back. What's up?
Well, you see, I am to do my show, I have to use StreamYard. I mean, not StreamYard. I have a certain thing I have to pay for. It's called the mobile data, right? I can't do it usually at my home, So I go everywhere, where I can and do it, but I don't have the internet outside the house right now to do it. So right now, I was staying somewhere because I needed to um, do something there. So I'm alone at the moment, so that's why I'm able to do the live show. But usually I wouldn't be able to without the mobile data, and I don't have the money to pay for it at the moment. So I have to wait a couple days, to get that up and running. But then when I
Hmm.
do, I definitely have a couple, shows that I want to do. Like we're gonna bring the one brother on the show who wants to talk about he wanted to talk about the Trinity and the I believe he wants to discuss about the Israelites, and who they are today because they're not the black people today or something like
Hmm.
that. So we're gonna bring
Hmm.
him on to have a
People get
discussion.
heated about that topic for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. But
Hmm.
yeah, what's been going on, with you?
Not much actually. Just I don't know, man. It's getting hot in the kitchen, so to speak, as with what's going on in the
Yeah,
on this flat plane that we live on. But the usual, man. Just Chipotle regularly, golf, and your videos are entertaining for me, man. Like I wish you posted more, like 2 or 3 a day. Actually, would be better for me personally. But I'll watch the one that you're gonna post next.
yeah, man. I definitely have to. I'm gonna start to try to put two up a day now. I do have to get on that because
Jeez.
yeah, with everything going on right now, which is really what I wanted to speak about for today. Because hey, look, we can see right because you got guys out here, talking about well, what people have been saying that forever, so there's no difference,
Yeah.
now. But one thing I wanted to focus on because I know you also are subscribed to the what is it, UFO Institute, which we
Yeah.
can talk about him for a minute. But yeah, it just shows you, man, that these sightings of these UFOs are happening every single day now, right? So that just shows you that we're clearly in that time period, right now where all these things are, taking place. What are your thoughts on, that channel?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's amazing. Like, there's too many things happening in sequence that it would be a big coincidence if the government is just trolling the Bible. Like, the flat Earth and then Mystery Babylon is not a mystery. It can't be a mystery forever, or else there's no such thing as an elect because they would not know what it is. So, you and I know what it is. So, and then now this narrative that we all know, and then the UFO sightings. That's too many things back to back to back to give the government credit to troll that. So yeah, I mean, are some of those things in the sky potentially drones and military? I wouldn't be surprised, but not all of them. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, some of those, could be, military craft. That's absolutely true. But just to rule all of them out, just like the same thing with these these paranormal videos, right? Guys are out there saying, "Oh, well, all of that stuff's fake." Now, I agree that a lot of that is CGI and people just, making it up, but you can't rule out all of them as being that way. That would be called, being foolish
mm-hmm.
to say something like that, right? So yeah, some of these things, these unidentified sightings could be explained, but definitely not all of them can, right? In fact,
Yeah,
now a vast majority of them cannot easily be explained, right? So it just shows you that there's clearly something going on, right? And they're getting the people ready now because now the government is openly speaking about these, right?
yeah,
50 years ago,
exactly.
they wouldn't, openly talk about that. They would probably throw some money at the person who's seen this and tell them, don't say this to anybody. Here's some hush money.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything. But now nobody cares. Right now, everybody's, promoting, people who've seen these things to come out and speak about
Right.
it. Right. So it just shows you that there's an agenda going on. They want to tell people a false doctrine. In fact, I did a video the other day. I didn't put it up yet, but it's about the false angel, fallen angel doctrine. How that's off, but that's what they want you to think. That's what the church wants you to think, is
Mm-hmm.
that these UFOs are, that these, Satan and his angels are in there, coming to deceive everybody. That's not true. Those guys,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know the scriptures. Right? Those guys are going off. Mighty God, what are your thoughts on that fallen angel doctrine?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be obvious. Let's say they are evil beings. Let's just play the quote devil's advocate for a minute. We'll know, because guess what? They're going to push the same agendas that our government pushes. Rainbow stuff. They're going to be evil. They're going to take away our food, or or like give us dirty food or gross food. We'll know by what they do, and then that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, it's very, very clear. However, if they start doing, what you were talking about recently in your video, Revelation 16, then we know exactly what they are. We know that they're from God. So it depends on what they do, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's why me and you, we harp on God being behind good and evil, because it's a very, very important theological point for sure. But it's very, very important in reality to know that God is behind this. All these deceptions, the deceived and the deceiver, are his. So we know that the Most High is putting UFO stuff in movies and in the news. That's he's doing that. I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, man. And that's something we can harp on for a few minutes because I remember, yesterday there was this coon in the comment section. He calls himself D Flat. You probably know who I'm talking about.
Dude, he's
But,
bugging
but
you
he
now, man.
said,
Yeah, I saw him. Yep.
yeah, man. I was just looking at some of the comments and it was like
He's
he was saying
crazy.
that yeah, that guy's low. He's drowning in the souls, as my God would say.
Yeah, he's gone.
Um, the one thing he was saying is something like oh, well, there's no nuclear weapons in the scriptures. The holding the wind, that's talking about the physical breeze outside. That's not
Yeah,
talking about
I saw that.
the
I saw
nuclear
that.
missile. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that guy, man?
I'm just glad that he's bugging you and not me, because he posts on my channel and I delete it. So I'm just glad he's coming after you now, man. I'll let you deal with ETT, and then if you make it, then you can come, to Team Up. But I ask you, D Flat, man, if you're one of the few people watching, click that link. Why don't you talk to us, man? Why are you being a keyboard warrior? Let's talk about this. Everybody types all these long messages, but it's so much easier to just click the link and talk. It's simple.
Yeah, and I asked him. I told him, hey, look, man, I'll respect your disagreement, but hey, look, why don't you come onto the show? We can have a dialogue on it. In fact, you can send me a message at my Gmail, and we can arrange a time that's sufficient for you in your
Yeah.
schedule, and we can come on the show, and we can have a civil discussion on these topics. And then he responded and was like, well, I don't do streams. I don't come on shows because it's a waste of time. So that's a waste of time. Putting up comments is not a waste of
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
what logic does that make?
And he's a flat earther, so it's not like we have nothing in common. And he obviously cares about the scriptures because he's writing those messages. So we'll iron it out, so to speak. So it's truly sad how few people want to actually talk in the days that we live in now, which again proves that the Bible's only for a very, very few people, because you and I have different views, but we're not ashamed of the Bible. We're not like trying to know kind of thing. I'm not like that. I suspect you're not like that the years you've been reading it. So a lot of these people are ashamed of the Word of God. So good
And that
luck.
brings up, yeah, that brings up one of my favorite, skipjies. What is that? Matthew 11:6. It says, "What that blessed is the man who was not offended in me," and that cuts those Christians because why would Christ even say that if what
Yeah,
he's saying is not offensive? I mean, what,
exactly.
what sense does that make? And then
Exactly.
this guy was on there talking about the church. So I asked him a question. It's like, okay, well, who are these churches today? What church is being raptured? Fair enough if you believe that, but it's like, well, where is this church at today that's going to be raptured? That's what I want him to answer, because he was making it sound like that there's actually churches today that are established, and he was basically giving that Christian doctrine, saying for over thousands of years that churches have been gathering people to them, right? Christ is, bringing all these people together, some crazy nonsense like that. So my
Yeah,
question to D Flat is, where is this church at today where I can go visit and see, okay, well, this is the church
yeah.
of Christ. I want to know that, right? I want to know. I want to
Well, I
go
know the
visit
answer
those
to
people.
that once you're done. It's at the
Yeah, I'm
center of
done.
the concave Earth. How have you not figured that out yet, man? You've had the guy on your show. I don't know how many more times you have to hear it. We're supposed to worship him. Okay. So shout out Samuel, man. That was funny as hell, dude.
So, hey, don't forget, man. Don't forget that guy. He's living in his rundown place, collecting government checks. But he's ruling the world because he showed us he has a sword and a broomstick, right? So
Oh,
he's
hell yeah.
ruling over the nations right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. He's got that fiat money from
Yeah.
Babylon. No, I guess he's not in Babylon, but the Babylon fiat money is everywhere. So that's
Right.
amazing. Here's a good verse, man, with what you said, Luke 9:26. 2:666, you rotate the 9, you get 666. Luke 9:26, for whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, wow, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy angels. And, actually, here's another thing that cuts people who don't say that reincarnation. Verse 27, but I tell you of a truth, there will be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of God. So that proves that those people are back here if we're in the last
Right,
days.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and William Bell will bring that up and say, "Oh, we'll see. Was those people Christ had to have returned then? Because how would you answer? You know what
Right.
I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. As
Simple.
I said, man, these guys, everything going on right now, man. These guys are crazy, right? So Samuel, right, aka Christ on Earth today. If he's Christ is on Earth, well, why do you have, say, for an example, Louisiana just got hit by what was that, Category 4 hurricane?
Yeah.
I
They
believe
got
it's called
pounded.
Beta, right?
Yeah.
And which, of course, keep brother Ridge Napper in our prayers because he lives over in that
Mhm.
area. Right. I tried to contact him, but my phone service is down at the moment, so I was not able to. So keep that brother in your prayers, and hope him and his
Hmm.
family are doing,
Shout out
well.
Ridge,
So
man.
'cause yeah. So yeah, just keep that brother in your prayers. But the point of the matter is that if Christ is on earth today, as these guys are saying, well, why are such great calamities and misfortunes happening to the population? You ask them that, and it's like, well, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And did you know that storm made it up near you? Did you get affected by that? Like New York is
Um,
like flooded.
actually, actually, yes, we received a heavy rain, here for quite a while.
Right.
Some wind, but pretty much just a lot of rain, right? A lot of rain is what we
Yeah.
pretty much were getting over here.
I mean, here in Houston years ago, we had water that was like 10 feet high. So anybody who thinks that like that's not God, like how high do you need the water to be to know that God did that? Like, I mean, 10 feet of water? Are you kidding me? Like, come on, like that's a lot of water. And I'm
And
not
then you
trying to
got
make fun
these
of it, but that's a lot. So
yeah, just to add to your statement, you have guys out there talking about, the governments are controlling the weather with, this HARP program. And even if that was true, right? Even if that is true, well, the Most High is still the one who's doing it because he's
100%.
putting it into their minds to do it. So even if, like, say for an example, right, this everything going on right now, even if, this just, you know, happened by man, well, the Most High still did it, right? And you know what I'm talking about. I can't
100
use the word on here.
big
Right. But
time.
even if that's true, well, the Lord still did it because the Lord put it into their mind to bring this out. I'll
Big
throw it
time.
back to you.
Here's a good one with regarding the water. This is a bit tongue in cheek, but literal. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of the water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So he turns the king's heart and the water. You get 2 for 1 here. And so, yeah, God controls every droplet of water that falls or doesn't fall on Houston, Louisiana, New York, wherever. So we know that now, and we take comfort in it because we don't want to. We don't want to experience that flooding and stuff. So
Right. Right. Now, as far as this guy that goes by the channel name of what is it? UFO Institute, right? What are your thoughts on that channel? You like that channel?
yeah, and also just the fact that that channel even exists just proves that there's something going on, right? Because I haven't paid attention to that channel until recently. The guy probably gets who knows how many sightings he gets every day. He probably can't even keep up with them. So just the fact that a YouTube channel like that exists and people watch it, and the one video that I mirrored recently, people are saying that they've seen multiple sightings. Like I'm talking everyday average people. So how does that work then? So how many of these sightings are actually happening then worldwide? Probably millions.
Yeah.
So
Right, right, absolutely. And of course, sometimes in these other countries, as Larkin Rose would say, the crunchies, right? In some of these other countries, those people might not have access to technology. So if they see it, they can't document it. So, it's even a higher number than what we might anticipate, with people who are seeing these phenomena. And even when I go for a walk, I don't always have my phone with me. So if I saw something, I just have to say it. I saw it, right? I couldn't document it by
yeah,
recording it. Right. So, it's really a lot more to what we're, imagining, so to speak. And you can see from the picture on the thumbnail of the video, right? That's a UFO behind me, right? But somebody's gonna be on there and say, well, ETT made that up, right? He made all that up.
Hmm.
And of course, the fact is, I don't even own the computer to do that. You know what I'm saying? But that
Dude,
just
my
is,
brother
you know,
had a dream about UFOs. It's real, okay? I mean, there's a lot of things you'd have to be a coincidence theorist, as Russian vids would say. You'd have to be a coincidence theorist at this point if you don't think that the Most High is what the Bible says, visiting the world that He's made. I don't know,
yeah.
man.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's evident, man. I mean, it's just purely evident right now that the highest is visiting the world. Like, did you see the video I put up yesterday about you know, the beginning of mornings or something like that? I called it.
yeah, yeah. I saw that. Yep.
Right, right. And that just shows us, you know, that we're clearly coming into that time here. And nobody can deny it at this point. Right? You cannot deny it. In fact, I was watching earlier, I was watching a video. It was like an hour and 50 minutes because there was three parts to it. You know,
Yeah,
this guy bought like a $500,000 doomsday bunker, you know, just to put on the ground. And it
yeah,
shows you, man, that he's higher up to the society. You know, they're getting themselves ready, man. These guys ain't playing around right now. They're spending millions of dollars, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these luxury bunkers to hide them in their households.
yeah.
Right. So that shows you, man, that, you know, as the days go by, things are just continue to get worse, right? There is no coming back from the state that the world is in right now. It's
Agreed.
impossible.
Agreed.
Right. So, hey, you know, going back to the name of the video, right? Blessed are your eyes because they see, right? You got guys out here, man. Hey, they'll say, you know, well, we're in those times, right? Everything's going to go back to normal, and that's clearly not the case. That's clearly not the case. In fact, I was watching, I believe Tahor mentioned it in one of his videos about, you know, this woman who got her children stripped from her because she didn't take the juice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it just shows you, you know, that things are getting serious out here. I'll throw it back to you.
That story's likely fake, but I mean, it's in the news for a reason to let us know that it's serious. But yeah, I mean, it could be real. We don't know, but I mirrored
Right.
that one as well. But either way, it's scary because, like, okay, if it's fake, then why are they faking it? That's weird. And then if it's real, then yeah, I mean, it's coming. You know, they're turning up the temperature, so to speak. They is God. ETT, know that, but yeah, it's getting hot in the kitchen. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. And then you got these guys, you know, Sakari. Like, did you see? I don't know if you saw it yet, but they're making their own reality TV show.
the D Coon, sorry, who is that?
Yeah, yeah, the D Coon and Alizé.
What the hell are they doing, man? Oh my gosh! What? Why don't they just run for governor? They might as well because they're already like, sellouts. So what are they doing now on YouTube? They're making it, or
Yeah, yeah, real quick, I want to put this out there for LOP. Hey, LOP, if you want to come on for a couple minutes, man, you're welcome to come on. And just to clarify, because you might not have sold at the beginning, I can't do streams yet. I'm just doing this one because I'm actually out right now where I have internet at this certain place. But you know, I usually can't be here, right? So I don't have my mobile data yet. Might be another week till I get it. But yeah, this is just a little out of the blue stream why I was at, you know, this place I'm staying for the day. Um, so yeah, LOP, if you want to come on, I'm only gonna go for another 20 minutes here. Not gonna be too long today, but if you want to come on, man, there's a link up in the chat. But yeah, man, you know, hell, you know, there's too much that's happening in the world right now, right? So I mean, only a damn fool could say that we're not in those times, man.
yeah,
I mean, it's just I can't even believe somebody could believe that, right? It's clear that we're at the end of this thing, right?
100%.
We're clearly at the end of this thing, right? So I'll just roll back to mine again.
The last video D Coon just posted is I stole my friend's blunt of weed and this happened. What the hell, man? Dude, oh man, facade, get away from those people, man. I know that you watch our live streams. Dude, what the hell are you doing with those people, man? That's ridiculous. But anyway, sorry. I was just on his deacon destruction mode. But yeah, man, it's clear, either there's just a massive deception going on worldwide and the people that don't follow the Bible are deceived, and then the people that do follow the Bible are deceived. That's the only other option at this point. So I don't know. That would be strange if that was the case.
Right, right. And another thing as well is when you deal with say the historical structures like they found, I don't know if you looked into it, but it's very fascinating if you get the time. They
Hmm.
found Noah's Ark over on Mount Turkey in Mount Ararat over in Turkey, where the scriptures say that the ark landed. They found Mount Sinai over in Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
You can look into all this, but it's very fascinating information, right? And another thing as well is the fact that these places exist, such as Jerusalem, Bethlehem, and those places, that gives authenticity
Yeah.
to the stories. Hey, we got LOP with us. I'm only going to go for another 20 minutes, man, but hey, you're welcome to join the conversation.
Can you hear me, man?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
hear you.
All right, man. Uh, hey, thanks for having me, man. So you can do only for a few minutes. You're not at your house or something, right? Or,
um I really, right now, I'm in a limbo. All right, I don't have my mobile data, which is what I use to do my streams. I'm staying at this place tonight where I have internet, but I have some stuff I have to do today. So
yeah,
for right now, I'm just going for a little bit. I'm just doing this out of the blue. So yeah, I'll go for another 20-25 minutes for us to just to have a little dialogue. All right. So anyway, LOP, what's up with you, Matt?
yeah, nothing much, man. Just I've been kind of sleeping too much. I think during the day too, which kind of I need to reverse it, but anytime I try, it's like I can't fall asleep at a normal hour, so I fall asleep like 6 a.m., which is, or 7 a.m. actually, and then I sleep like 11 hours. I don't know why, but it's been like for a long time. But anyway, surviving, yeah. Um, but anyways, yeah, I was just following, I was watching some the Mind of God videos, uh, like um, his testimony and stuff. Very 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 cool stuff. I want to say. Uh, so
Yeah.
it really helped me actually, in a way because I felt some connection in your story, what like a little bit because of like how you know just your journey throughout the years and stuff. I mean, and you're a bit older than me, but still, like I saw some connections. Like I was also speaking and stuff like that. But anyway,
Yeah, that's cool, man. I still got to watch yours. I have it bookmarked. The Heaven story, in was it
oh
New
yeah,
Zealand?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll
It's
check
in
it.
New Zealand. Yeah, it's not that long, but anyway, I'm no what do you say? No rush on that. You can watch it anytime. I know you have probably busy schedule, but yeah, anytime you can check it out. It's just like 26 minutes I think long or 27, and it's just brief like what happened to me back then and
Yeah.
all those stuff. But anyway, yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's cool, man. I think that's amazing. Just one of those experiences really debunks atheism, for people who've had those out of bodies, or those, even if it's like on drugs, like one
no,
of those one of
yeah.
those things
Well,
one of those things essentially prove that there's a spirit world, and then an atheist can't explain it. So
yeah, but the thing is, as I told you, that with me it was absolutely without drugs. So that kind of even more
yeah,
debunks
it's amazing.
atheism. So that's why I thought it's interesting, and actually thought that at that time, which was 2008, I was also like sealed, like as you said. But again, like you your experience is different in the January 1st, 2020. I
Mhm.
mean, was it right? 2020. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine was a bit because I told you, struggled with mental illness, and I thought that the seal was something else than what you said. So, but anyway, I still felt that way back then. Right now, I'm not entirely sure, but still, like the story is, you know. So anyway, if in the future you could like get back to me, what you thought. thought of that whole thing, I'd appreciate it, man. But anyway,
yeah, LOP, I got a question related to what we were talking about here. What is your sense of where we are in the timeline? ETT and I, we're not too far off. He probably maybe a year more than me or 2 years, but where do you think we are in this whole narrative movie?
Well, that's a hard question, but I think that we are definitely, like, I agreed with you that we are really, definitely close to the end, pretty much. I mean, like you said, it's probably not more than half a year, something like that, until the what do you call that? Until
Yeah.
the
Yeah, don't use the word. We just call it the thing if you want to use that word.
Okay, I know. That's why I thought,
Yeah.
until the thing. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it could be more than, say, 1 or 2 years, like maybe maybe 2 at most.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
yeah, that's what I.
So it looks like, not sorry to cut you off, but yeah, it looks like we're pretty much all in the same boat regarding that, and that's good because yeah, man, hey, look, just by looking at, say, for an example, the financial aspect, of what's going on right now, man. I mean, this is unsustainable. This place cannot go on for much longer, right? The people, I mean, hell, the government needs to continue to give these people these monthly stimulus checks, because without that, these people are going to be, bouncing off the walls, putting, riots in the streets every hour of the day. So I mean, hey, look, it's very clear that we're at the end of this civilization, right? The end of America, Babylon the Great. So, hey, we just gotta, watch what's going on, as the scriptures speak about, standing upon the high tower and watching to see what happens. And that's in, what is it, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, right? So, that's really, what we got to be doing right now is, watching to see what's going on in the world, because you can see that, everything's really, moving, in that direction where, hey, look, if you want to enter into the establishment, well, then you have to take that thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my standpoint on that. LOP, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, and the mind of God, he's posting all these videos about how they're pushing everywhere the thing, that in case, like, unless you have it, you can go here, you can work there, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it's getting really tougher and tougher for many regions in the world. Like I know you focus mostly on, like, USA, Canada, and the UK, but I'm pretty sure, like, in France, for example, it's getting just as bad. I heard, and in my country, I don't really follow the news, but I imagine it's getting worse here as well. I know, actually, in Europe you cannot travel by plane unless you unless you got the thing.
Really?
Right? Yeah, you can't.
Wow. It's not like that here yet. It's not like that here yet.
No,
I don't
it
think.
is. I mean, that's what I'm told. I'm told, like, if I were to travel from Prague, which is my city, to, like, London, I would have to get it, dude.
Wow.
It's not even the test is not enough, I think. So we are all that. This is it, man. Like, we are very close.
This is it.
No, I mean, it's like very close, I think, man. Like it can't go on like this for, and yeah. So that's what I think.
Here's a good verse, 2nd Ezra 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So that can work for people, in a lockdown, which we've seen really a lot in Australia. And then that could be relevant even going forward with, like, martial law and all that. So I don't even think we've seen the beginnings of this 2nd Ezra, but yeah.
But that's a great verse, man. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming.
Hey, mind of God, look at the chat.
Who's here?
Please do not come to my satanic channel.
I can't see it. Maybe it's a person I blocked, though. Let me see.
I see it.
I put it on the screen.
It says, "Do not come on my satanic channel."
ETT, it's like I sometimes play a game. I try and figure out which sock accounts, who's behind them, because I know it's people that I know, but I don't know who that is. I can't guess.
But look at this. look at his symbolism there. You know, you have the hexagram, and inside it you have like a, you know what it is, right?
Yeah. The swastika thing. Yeah,
Swastika. Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Dude,
Wait.
YouTube's crazy,
Hold
man.
on, just so I know. Wait, isn't that the Star of David there?
Yeah.
No, no. I mean, yeah, but it's the Star of David is actually uh, older than the symbol itself. It's older than, you know, David and stuff. So I don't really know why it's called Star of David, but anyway, it is called the Star of David. But it just predates David. Uh, I think the symbol itself. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So,
Right. I agree with that. Now, as far as that symbol goes, when you read about the construction of Solomon's temple, right, of the temples that they built back then, they put those images on like the upper tops of the concrete or whatever they used to construct the temple. Anyway, regarding that, we have the guy put up another comment. I just put it up on the hey, look, this guy must be smoking Crackula or something. This guy, you know, a damn
Jeez.
joke, man.
People are bored, man. Like, there's got to be something better to do than that, wherever you are in the world. You would think, but
I mean, hell, man, go watch YouTube or play a damn video game, man. I mean,
yeah,
what joy are you getting by
yeah.
just putting up? I mean, hell, hold on. There's just three actors on here talking. I mean, what joy are you getting from coming on here and trolling these three actors? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
but people love the drama. I mean, commenting and stirring up, you know, long, you know, arguments. That's what people love, I think. Like some people, anyway. I try to stay away, but like sometimes, you know, I'm drawn into, you know, always like if something pisses me off, you know.
YouTube's basically like TV that you control. Like, it's like
Yeah,
it's even better than TV because like you can like start, interacting obviously with the people who are performing the quote show, the show here that we're doing. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's wild.
Oh, he responded. He responded and said, "No, there's nothing better to do at all."
Nice. Nice. Official
yeah.
Jesuit channel. Okay, that's cool, man. What the heck, dude? Let's ask official Jesuit channel. What's your position on Mystery Babylon? Let's test your scriptural knowledge. Okay, and are you a flat earther? Let's see what they say.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's see what this coon has to say.
I don't know, man. ETT, these truths are so obvious now. It's like it's almost like it's not boring, but it's like, well, what do we do? All we can do is wait. We got to see how the
I
chips
agree with
fall,
that.
so to speak.
Yeah. Uh, but
Hey, and that's
I want to say
go ahead.
like, yeah, for me, you know, I know it's I spend way too much time, you know, on the internet and on the computer. So I need to a little bit change, like go outside more and stuff, because you know that's not good to be always in front of the screen. You know what I mean? So um, it's just for me. I'm sure I know you, ETT. You go outside a lot because you do videos outside a lot, and I used to do that too, but more so in winter because now it's too hot.
I'm on the
Hey,
internet a lot. I
I'll
think
say
it's yeah. Go ahead.
real quick. I'll just say that I try to get outside, even though the air is polluted out there too, but it's better than being inside. So I try to get out. I do need to get out more than I usually do, of course, but I get out as much as I'm able to. Sometimes I try to take a break from being on the internet, and to get into, say, reading a book, not online, but on, a physical copy because it's better for the eyes. But that's just one thing I try to do. Here we have this guy sent excuse me, this guy, my God, you want to read that?
Let me see what he just said. The Book of Revelation one.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, the Book of Revelation is failed prophecy. Really? Oh my gosh, that was to happen roughly in the time it was given. So he's a preterist, roughly. Imagine that the time is at hand. So why are there so many preterists in the world now? Like, I feel like they've just popped up all of a sudden. I didn't realize that people believe that.
Oh, and then he said, by the way, you all let Jesus take the wheel.
Have you all let Jesus take the wheel? Yeah.
I don't have a car.
Yeah, exactly. ETT don't have a car, man. How's he supposed
Me
to let you
neither.
take them?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But here's what I will say about YouTube is that this is why it's addictive and it's hard to disassociate with it, because I've learned so much from it, and I'm sure you guys would say the same. So it's like I value what I've quote learned off YouTube, Russian vids, Hebrew Israelites, all the flat earthers, more than my education, which was just indoctrination. And I was in school almost consistently until I was like 33 years old. So that's why YouTube is amazing. Yeah.
I like Russian vids. I mean, I've been watching him for a long time, and he has, he has really helped me with my, research online. So, yeah.
Yeah, RV Truth was the most important truther I've come across on YouTube.
But he's been around. Sorry to cut you. He's been around for so long, but his channel keeps deleting, right? So this is like his 50th channel. It's crazy how they ban him all the time. But right now, this channel that he has right now hasn't been banned, at least not in like 5 months, I think. But he used to have channels back in 2012, even, I think. So
yeah.
but I've known him,
ETT, yeah. you think RV Truth is an insider? What do you think about him?
RV Truth,
like government, or do you think he's just an everyday average person? Russian vids.
Oh, Russian vids. Yeah, I think he's just a regular average person. Because I know the guy. I've watched the guy for definitely at least 6 years, 5-6 years. So I know, from watching it, he sounds very sincere. So I mean, even though he might be awful in a few things, there, at least from my point, there would be no reason to believe that there's somebody, paying him to say certain things. So I would say, no one.
And hey, what's interesting is actually Alex Jones used some of Russian wits points in his video. Like he discovered it first, but then Alex Jones used it, and so that's interesting that this guy, came up with it even sooner than Alex Jones. That was a long time ago. Something about some conspiracy, whatever.
Well, what we do know though is in those circles, I can't gauge RV Truth's sincerity because, like, I've learned a lot from him, and thankful, that he was out there, but they're not going to be very deep into the Bible. That's what that group, generally speaking, they're not allowed to bring out certain things of the Bible. We know that, but again, I'm not here to judge what's going to happen to him or whatever. But I mean, I think his channel's incredible. There's nothing short of incredible.
Did you say that that one time he got into an argument with one of the moderators in the chat? What was that about?
Dude, it's because we brought up our favorite topic, man. Yours and mine, hell. And they were El Despertard. Shout out to El Despertard. Retard. Sorry. El Despertard. She was like, no, hell is the center of the earth. It's like underneath the earth. It's like all this other stuff than what it is on the earth, and then all that. So yeah, we got into it, and then I was just like, well, I mean, I'm a mod, so I can't be arguing with another mod, so I just kind of got away.
But there's
remember a lot of those guys on there, they still subscribe to that white Jesus and that Christianity doctrine, right? That God loves everybody, right?
Yes.
God became to save everyone. That's what those people are coming with, right? That's what I would say 80% of the people on the live chat, that's what they believe, right? So they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some of them might know things which are correct, but then they also know things which are incorrect. We'll throw back to
let me state this for the audience. Hell, very, very, very clearly, this is what ET and I are in agreement on, is the earth and what's going on the earth. That's it. It's not like outside the dome. It's not beneath the ground where there's like some whatever battles happening subsurface. That's what the Bible teaches. And that's offensive to obviously El Despertar. I didn't get Russian Vids' opinion on it because he was running the live stream, but I would have to believe that he probably would be lean towards that. The thing that I find amazing is that Russian Vids brought out in a movie called This Is the End. Literally, the movie's called This Is the End. And he showed a scene where salvation was happening by these so-called UFOs. So I don't know if he's open to
that's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know if he's open to the possibility that the UFOs are angelic. I don't know. And I don't know if he'll ever say it clearly.
Have you seen the movie? It's really
No, but actually I should. I'm just looking it up now.
it's pretty good. It's Seth Rogen comedy, but you are right. There are UFOs taking them literally to heaven,
Yeah.
and obviously, it's really, it's Seth Rogen. So what do you think? But it's a stoner comedy and stuff. But it's still, the ending has a good kind of message. I would say anyway for me. But I want to say something about the but in Ezekiel chapter 32, there is a verse like, they shall speak out of the midst of hell, from the nether parts of the earth. So, what do you think about this verse?
Well, let's read it first. Let's quote it properly. What is that? Midst of hell?
It's wait, let me. Yeah, I know it's Ezekiel 32.
I got it. I just want to read it only because sometimes it uses hell, sometimes it uses other terms. Not hell exactly, but I'll read it.
Okay, if you can read it, thanks.
Yeah, Ezekiel 32:21. The strong among the mighty shall speak to him out of the midst of hell, with them that help him. They are gone down, they lie uncircumcised, slain by the sword. Those are all physical things. Spirits are not circumcised. Spirits are not cut with swords.
That's true.
And all this. So strong among the mighty. And so in the midst of hell, that means that they're on earth.
But there's another part, like nether parts of the earth, that could be, what could that be? Like nether parts of the earth? That's also in another verse. So nether part.
I'll respond to that. I'll respond to that. The nether parts of the earth, at least from my perspective, it could, of course, depend. It could mean you have cave systems in the earth, or it could also mean a country that's far off, right? A country that is a ways away. Like back then, it would take them years to travel, to certain countries, right? So that would be called the nether parts of the earth, right? Because it's far away. That would be my take on that. Not sure about mine and God's.
Well, I'll read the verse just so the audience knows, just so we're clear. But yeah, verse 24, there is Elam and all her multitude round about her grave. I want people to understand the grave and hell are actually also synonymous. Listen to this. All of them slain, fallen by the sword, which are gone down uncircumcised into the nether parts of the earth, which caused their terror in the land of the living. Listen to this, terror in the land of the living. Yet they have borne their shame with them that go down to the pit. So all those references are the earth. It's amazing. Bible's consistent.
I can see that now. Yeah, thanks for clearing that
and just so you know, LOP, the fact that you're not offended by that means you're in better shape than a lot of these people. Like we say that to people and it's obvious. It's actually more obvious to prove that earth is hell than Mystery Babylon, because we can't prove that until it gets the judgments. But the earth being hell is actually a slam dunk. And then people get one second. I'm just saying people get mad at us when we teach that. So what does that tell you about them? So it's interesting.
It's weird because I've been saying that for almost a decade, that the earth is hell, and all the Christians were like, no, man, like the earth is like 1 million times worse than right here. Like really?
Right.
I don't get these people. Like,
how much worse could it be? How much worse could it be?
Maybe they're have good life. They are not sick at all like me. But even still, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, William Bell, he's in the kingdom now, so there are people that believe that there, and maybe official Jesuit channels of that same. Maybe that is William Bell. I don't know in the chat, but yeah, they think this is Christ's kingdom. Wow.
Oh, and don't forget, he's been teaching that for 40 years.
Yeah. Unreal.
And I mean, the thing that boggles the mind is there's literally millions of people around the world who believe in that.
Yeah.
Of course, all of them are not on YouTube talking about it. But if you were to ask everybody, there'd be at least 1 million people around the world who actually subscribe to some sort of, preterism. And we could name 5 people who come around our pages, at least 5 people who say they believe in some type of preterism, whether it be full preterism, partial, or whatever. It still shows you that this belief covers a lot of people out there, and that's a deception, right? Like we want to bring this one brother on the show, right, More Than the Flame, because he's saying that we're living in past the time where Christ ruled, right? We're living after the millennia reign of Christ. That's clearly not true.
He's part of the good servant crew, man. You'd have an easy time with him. I would watch that. That would be funny.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring him on the show real quick. I do want to say I'm only going to go for 10 more minutes. I will round it out at an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I do get my service back on, I will definitely, to be doing more streams. I'm going to use up all my time. But yeah, when I got that up and running, I will definitely be doing more shows. Do it a little later in the day. Just so we can go for hour, 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, just everyone have on the notification bell so you see us when we go live. Monica, when does your channel time come back on your page?
No, I'm ready, man. I just don't really have much to talk about. It's all we're all just seeing it play out. So if you ping me or LOP, just message me on Hangouts. I can fire up a live stream. I just don't know what to talk about.
Well, I don't.
Yeah, that's cool.
Aside from the stuff I post on my channel, but I think you and I talking about Revelation 16, talking about second coming, third coming, those topics. I mean,
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, just so I know, because you saw my breakdown of that chapter. Did you see anything that I said that you don't agree with? Just so I know for next time.
I don't know of anything I agree with you at this point. What the heck, man? You're now entering the realm of what's known as wayward doctrine. So yeah, we should talk about that, man. But I mean, what I would like if I literally wake up every morning and I'm like, maybe ETT will post a video and tell his congregation what the mark of the beast is. Maybe today. That's what I start every morning like that. And then I check your channel. I'm like, no, he still believes it's the microchip. So every day I'm disappointed, man. So when are we going to see that video? We're all waiting.
Well, all I'm going to say is this, is that, hey, look, our time is running up, right?
Agreed.
The time that we said it's running up, all right? It's almost ran out. So, hey, look, as the days go by, we're going to see what happens. And I'll say it again. Mind of God might be right and ETT might be wrong, but it also could be ETT might be right, but Mind of God could be wrong. But we don't know. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day is we're all going to find out, right? Hey, look, as the horse says, everybody's going to find out that GMS had 100% proof, right? Hey, look, we're all going to find out who is right and who is wrong in the very near future. And that's just the way we have to look at it. I mean, hell, for all we know, what's that cat? Teacher's the truth. I mean, hell, he could be right. We all could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
that
we're
would
gonna
be
find
scary, dude. That would be funny as hell if he was. But the cool thing about it, the kind of scary but amazing thing about it is that whatever it is, it's going to be a huge event. Like whether it's the government doing it or whether it's angels or Christ's second coming, like it's going to be something huge because like there's already too many big things going on, so it's going to keep getting bigger. That's why it's just a crazy time that we live in. It's wild, dude. So yeah, I mean, get that spiritual popcorn popping, as Creation Bear would say.
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
But yeah, man, I mean, hell, man, anytime you fire up a live show, I mean, hell, we can make the show go for 3 hours on end by bringing up different topics in the show. Just gotta, as the saying goes, where you just gotta go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
So, hey, when you start a show, you never know what the hell people are gonna be on there talking about.
Dude, can I bring up a quick point about that movie? Sorry to interrupt. Just about that movie that we talked about. Yep. This is the end, right? So I went to their Wikipedia page, Evan Goldberg, right? And so he's a Jewish, right? What we would understand now as the synagogue of Satan, Revelation 2:9, 3:9. So I want people to understand that we know now that movie, This Is the End, if it does predict the rapture, which, ET and I maybe LOP agrees that it's by these so-called UFOs, God is controlling them. We have to give God credit for this. Like Evan Goldberg does not have a religious background. He doesn't read the Bible every day. Maybe he's read a few verses or whatever, but he doesn't know the scripture. So God is controlling him to make that movie.
But the same, can I just say, the same guys, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, made the TV series called The Preacher. And that show is very, I don't know if you've seen that, but it's really interesting. It has a lot of, it's very anti-religious. But,
yes, right.
But you know that show. Oh, okay.
No, I just know that this is what the Bible calls the synagogue of Satan. So
yeah,
they're going to do everything that mocks God.
Yeah. Also,
right? Yeah.
And he's yeah. So, and they've been working together since the beginning of their career. Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen making the Pineapple Express and all these stoner comedies. But then also the Preacher was kind of one of the, for me, that's their best work. And along with This Is the End, because This Is the End because of the symbols, because they got into the supernatural and
But LOP, you bring up a good point, man. It's like, why are these people who are not religious so curious and using the Bible to make their movies and their TV shows? Like, we know, like us
Yeah.
three, but like for people listening, like, why is everybody so curious about the Bible?
And
The
also
Masons.
the show Lucifer, it's it's
Right.
it's also very like it's based off of comic books, but they mention the Bible there a lot, and so it's interesting that these shows now coming up, and these people are not they are probably atheists,
Yeah,
but
for
still,
sure.
they are focusing on the Bible a lot, or at least the biblical concept of heaven and hell, Satan, angels, demons, and what have you. So it's
Yeah.
interesting, and maybe there are some, like you said, in this is the end, they are making some kind of even prophecies in that in a way. So it's very very interesting, and that's why I follow movies or watch movies or and TV shows that kind of deal with sort of biblical or heaven and hell kind of topics, so that I can know that whether there are some you know uh, clues or like stuff, prophecies, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe ETT fell asleep, dude. Or is he?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
here.
okay, dude. I wasn't. How many moon pies have you ate today? I wasn't sure if you're resting or
I
whatever.
mean, hey, look, man. I mean, at this point, man, by the amount of moon pies I've had and damn Red Bulls, man, I gotta have type 10 diabetes at this point, man.
Jeez,
I'll be lucky if I live to the end of the week
dude, you got to
inside
endure
Jersey.
till the end, sir. Okay. Can I read a verse, dude, related to this for the movies and TV shows? Acts 2:7. This is
Yeah,
also
go
quoted
ahead.
in Joel. And it shall come to pass in the last days. Listen to this. And all these clues that we're seeing prove that we're in the last days. Saith God, listen to this. I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. So ETT talking about his brother having a UFO dream or seeing all these things in movies and all that. Those people are not religious, but they're still all flesh. So they're going to prophesy in their movies or in music or whatever. So we see that. It could
Oh,
not be more
yeah.
obvious.
In music lyrics, there is so many prophecies as well. If you really, I'm big on music lyrics, so I've seen a lot too in recent years. So,
Big time.
yeah, like for example, Tool. If you know the band Tool, they released the album before the whole pandemic, and it's called Fear Inoculum. So and
LOP, dude, I got a question for you. Did you see the video that I mirrored on my channel where there's actually a song made like a few years ago where they were prophesying what's going on right now? This quote unquote pandemic. There's an actual song where they're saying that.
What is it called, bro?
I'll put the link in the chat. This is ridiculous, dude. Like,
did you post it recently? Because I subscribed to you right at the time we had the chat, the live stream with the first live stream, which was about, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So if it was later than that, I checked your newer videos only.
No, I'll post the link. It's crazy that that a song, which you can see the timestamp. You can see the timestamp. It's called Dr. Creep. Okay, it's like, I mean, really, Dr. Creep. I'll put the link in the chat for people to check it out. So it's crazy.
I will check it out. And also, I want to say that there was a TV series, British, called Utopia, and that came out like I think 2016. But that also predicted what we call pandemic right now, and that was made years before that. So that's very interesting. It has only 2 seasons, so I would also recommend checking out this, because that's very very interesting. They even exactly like what's happening now, and it was made way before it started. So very interesting.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat. The same one is on my channel, and so I can't remember what my title is, but I can search for it. But you'll see in this news article. And then you can go on YouTube and just search for the song. But it's the track was in 2013.
Oh, so, Dr. Creep. Yeah.
Pandemic. Yeah. It's like, how would he know that? Like, why would he say that?
That's crazy, dude. And that's
hey guys, real quick. I am gonna have to get going now. But mind of God, when I get my service back up, I'll definitely hit you up, and we can come on your page and and we can do a show, man. You know, we can think of a topic to
No, dude,
discuss.
we
And I
need a
will
round
say,
3. Everybody's emailing
yeah,
me
yeah,
every
I
day.
was
When is the round
I was
3?
just about to,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just about to say, man, that we do need to work out a time to do, you know, part 3, right, round 3 of our debates, right? I have a couple topics I'd like to speak about, but just so I know in advance, can you tell me a couple topics you want me to discuss with you in the thing? How about this? How about I pick 3 topics and you pick 3 topics? Does
So
it sound good?
33. You want to put 33 in everything, I guess, right?
Well,
I'm
if
just kidding. Yeah, man, that's cool. We can do that. I mean, we could just kind of catch up. I think we're into the details now, but yeah, I mean, I actually need to watch our old ones again. I can't remember exactly what we discussed, but yeah, I mean, it'll be good to have round 3, and then may the best man win, or maybe the best man lose. I don't know, however you want to put it.
yeah, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, hell, man, I remember last time, you know, hey, look, I gave you a spiritual KO, but hey, look, I think this time, I think Mind of God might give ETT a run for his money.
I'm still recovering from the last time. Honestly, like I've had medical bills. I'm still paying them off. So yeah, I would take it easy on me this time. But no, it's good, man. I think thanks again for hosting. It's always fun. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
absolutely, man. And LOP, you know, yeah, man, you're welcome, you know, to come onto the show, you know, anytime when you see us live, you know, you can, you know, just click on the link, you know, and you can join the conversation, you know.
Yeah.
So, you
Thanks,
know,
man.
yeah, man, I thank you for coming on today.
Okay, man. All right. I'll see you next time, man. Bye.
All right, sounds good, man. I'll see you around.
See you, man.
Um, all right. So anyway, you know, that's just going to be the end of the show. I do not yet have my service up and running. You know, I was just you know, a little out of the blue. I was at a place where I was able to use their internet. So I thought, well, why don't I just go live for an hour, right? So, you know, we had a little good show here. You know, I would have went longer, but I have some stuff I gotta take care of. Um, so I'm not sure when I'll get my service back, but should be within this week. So the next 6 or 7 days, I should have it back. You know, then we can, you know, do some streams right on my page, on God's page. Hey, when I get the network back, we'll be jam packed with videos. We got, you know, 1 or 2 debates coming up on my page, right? We got a brother coming on to debate preterism, you know, one coming on to debate about the Trinity. Gonna have some good times. Okay, so yeah, you know, that's gonna be the end of the show. If anybody made it this far into the video, let's see, put hashtag official, right? Just a little inside joke with our friend here, official Jesuit channel, right? So anybody who made it this far, put hashtag official in the comment section below. And hey, in the words of the D Coon, have a good night.